So where did the Caribbean Procurement Institute come from, and what is it all about? In 2002 to 2003, we had the PRCO Commission. That was a scandal that rocked Trinidad and Tobago. We had the Commission of Inquiry that investigated all of these public officials and contractors and suppliers on that contract, that really put into the public mind, at the forefront of the public mind, the issue of how do we regulate the way the government buys. And I remember, as a younger lawyer than I am now, participating in that commission and becoming very fascinated with that whole area of the law, and also very passionate about bringing about some reform in that area, because there was no overarching framework, statutory framework for public procurement in Trinidad and Tobago. And after that commission and the findings of that commission, several civil society groups got together to promote public procurement reform. I was involved in those efforts with the JCC and the Trinidad and Tobago Transparency Institute. And from 2003 to 2006, a lot of work was done. There was the green paper consultations. There was the white paper. There was a white paper by 2005. There was even a draft bill that was prepared, and the then administration promised that we would see the bill debated in Parliament in 2006. During 2006, we were pressing, we were receiving promises. Pressing, we were receiving promises, and nothing was happening. And at the end of the day, that bill never got debated in Parliament. But by the end of 2006, I, along with other professionals, said, you know, there is so much more that we can do. Instead of just waiting for the government to pass a law that is somehow going to make everything right in the public procurement landscape, we recognized that there were laws that were already in place that were not being properly implemented, monitored, or enforced. And so we felt that there needed to be significant professional capacity building in the function of procurement. And I think it was that idea that we could do more than just lobby for a procurement law in order to get good governance in procurement that really, you know, catalyzed the start of the Caribbean Procurement Institute with professionals from Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. And I think one of the things that is really different and important, I think, about the Caribbean Procurement Institute, and it's important that that a space is created for the Caribbean Procurement Institute, is because we are not funded by any government body, any regional body, any multilateral lending organization, any international organization. And what that means, it's a private sector initiative, but what it means is that we are therefore independent from direct influence from any institution, so that when reform efforts are being proposed, or when initiatives to build capacity in procurement being proposed, we can critically analyze those efforts. We can interrogate them from a space that is independent. And I think the key thing about the Caribbean Procurement Institute is that we are professionals, and we are representing professionals who are advising and implementing the function on a day-to-day basis. We also sponsored in 2008 the establishment of the non-profit association, Caribbean Association of Procurement Professionals, which now has over 200 and something members. There's a lot of work to be done there, but at the end of the day, we are a movement by professionals for professionals.